Hi, welcome to the Nursing Dose with your host, Farah, aka Dr. Laurent. Today, I'm coming on to talk about how to become nursing famous. And I know it sounds funny, but if you want to grow in your career or grow in business, you literally have to be nursing famous. You have to be known in your industry, and you have to build a brand, and you have to be visible. No matter what it is that you're trying to accomplish, whether it's starting a nonprofit, starting a business, making some type of impact in healthcare, the nursing industry, or just your own business, people need to know, like, and trust you. People do business with people, and networking is a huge part of this. Building a brand is a huge part of this. So that's why I thought today I would give it a clever title and say how to become nursing famous, because we don't typically think about fame in nursing. However, really building a brand and being visible can tremendously help you grow, not only in your career but in business, and help you get paid opportunities. That's right, because if anybody knows me and knows the content that I create, I'm always talking about nurses making money moves and nurses making business moves. So let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what city, what country. Drop it in the chat. If you happen to be watching the replay, same thing, drop it in the chat. And for those who don't know me, I've been featured on media such as The Jennifer Hudson Show, Black Enterprise, for all the work that I do as a nurse career coach, helping new graduate nurses land six-figure positions in their preferred specialty all over the US and Canada, and also helping aspiring nurse entrepreneurs start their businesses and also build their brands to be more visible so that they can get more paid speaking opportunities. I'm also the host of Nurses Making Business Moves Conference. So actually, I am doing a limited offer. It ends at the end of this month. If you haven't purchased your ticket to Nurses Making Business Moves, get your ticket now. You get $97 off. The first 10 people who actually purchase their ticket will have the opportunity to join me on a coaching call, just 10, the first 10 people, and you'll get some clarity about next steps for your brand, your visibility, whatever it is that you're looking to do, whether it's to grow in your career or to start that business or grow the business. Okay. So again, how do you get tickets? Just go to nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. I also have a pitch competition that's going on. You can enter to win 5K if you enter the pitch competition. So all the details are on that website. I'll share it again a little bit later, but let's get into how to become nursing famous and why it's important for you to start thinking about yourself as a business and as a brand. Okay. So we know in today's economy, things are a little bit shaky. People have gotten laid off. And the economy is a little unstable, right? So, this is why I always tell nurses to seek out other opportunities so that you can make more income, right? Having a couple different streams of income is very important as a nurse. And there's really no job security. I share this all the time. I was laid off 3 times in the last 5 years, despite having a doctoral degree and multiple board certifications and having 20 years of experience in emergency medicine, education, and leadership. And now, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing today, teaching other nurses about entrepreneurship, about branding, how to market yourself, and everything like that. So, if you're excited to hear these next 5 steps, I'm excited to share this value with you. Put any comments in the chat, any questions that you may have in the chat, and let's get to it. Okay, number one, the first tip that I have for all my nurses out there is pitching. In order for you to become nursing famous, you have to learn the art of pitching. Okay. So pitching can mean a couple different things. I teach my new graduate nurses how to have a nursing interview pitch. So you can use that during your interview, obviously. And you sound very confident when you have a nursing interview pitch. so you're not just rambling on. Another aspect of the pitch, you can use pitching, let's say, for maybe getting a promotion, how to market and self promote, right? How to market and promote yourself using pitching. You can also get into situations where maybe you have to negotiate as a leader or as a business owner, and pitching is extremely important. It's an important skill to have. Communication is part of that, and also just having the charisma to be able to pitch yourself to someone. Okay. So that's number one. Even let's say if you're trying to become a keynote speaker, or maybe you're pitching to a conference because you want to be a speaker at a conference, whatever the case is, you are constantly pitching yourself, sometimes without even knowing it. So, pitching is super important. This is why I've included the pitch competition in the conference that I'm hosting in March 6th and 7th in Tampa. And like I said, the pitch competition is open now. You can actually enroll to have your opportunity to win $5,000. The way the pitching competition is going to work, because everyone's going to submit a 90-second video. The criteria is all on that website, nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. So check it out. And you just upload your video, 90 seconds, and then the finalist also will get selected. I will announce that in January. And then the last 3 finalists will be in Tampa live at the conference doing a live pitch competition. And I'm also going to have 3 judges judge that pitch competition, and whoever wins will get the $5,000 in pitch competition money, right? So that's a lot of money to have. So again, how to be nursing famous, right? You have to be able to pitch yourself, which is really market and promote yourself, whether it's yourself as a professional or as, you pitching your products or services. Okay. And also like pitching your expertise. Okay. So that's number 1 is pitching. Number 2, just as I'm doing now, content creation. So many nurses are afraid to create content. I started my journey as a content creator about 4 years ago. And yes, in the beginning, it was a little bit scary. I didn't really know what I was doing. And I went from not having a LinkedIn profile photo to streaming live, such as I'm streaming live now, and creating content every single week, sometimes daily, for the last 4 years. Okay. Why is that important? Because it increases your visibility. It increases your opportunities. Since I've been going live and creating my content, it's helped so many different nurses. I've made so much impact in terms of nurses reaching out to me, telling me that my content is valuable and it has helped them in their career and also in their business. Okay. So yes, creating content will help you become nursing famous for sure. I recently attended a conference in Orlando, and so many people were like, "Hey, I see you on LinkedIn. I see you creating content," and they knew me by name, right? So you may think that people are not watching your content, they're not reading your newsletters, or they're not paying attention to your emails or your content or your videos, but they actually are paying attention. So this visibility is so important to build your brand and also to be seen as a industry leader, a thought leader, right? So this is why I say it's important to create content as a nurse. So you can be a nursing student, a new graduate nurse, or a nurse that wants to start a business or have a business. I follow a lot of content creators, a lot of marketers, and even millionaires, right? They're still building their brand through creating content. Doing videos and live streaming is the ultimate way to create content because that is the closest thing that people have besides meeting you in person, right? It's the closest thing. People feel like they know you when you create video content and when you live stream. So this is why sometimes when you'll go to events, you'll go to conferences, people will recognize you because of the content that you create, and it's creating that visibility, that authority, that thought leadership. Okay. And then you will get invited to speak at events, get paid speaking engagements, and potentially other partnerships or collaborations. So when I say this is how to become nursing famous, it's not just for vanity metrics, right? It's for you to actually make an impact, be an advocate for whatever agenda you're trying to move or push forward. And also, if you do have a business and you do want to promote your products or services, creating content is the best thing that you can do. So currently, I'm live on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Drop it in the chat, even if you're watching the replay. And let me know if you have thought about starting a business and you're just not sure what to do, how to start, what the next steps are. A lot of nurses will struggle with clarity. In the beginning, I struggled with that. I wasn't sure what type of content to create. I didn't know what type of business exactly I should start with. And of course, I always naturally help nursing students and new graduate nurses with career guidance. So I decided to become a nurse career coach specifically for new graduate nurses. It took me a while to condense it to just have a niche of new graduate nurses. But really, I'm now known as the go-to expert for new graduate nurses, helping them land six-figure positions, right? So I've created content around career guidance, resume, interview skills, all those types of things. Okay. So shout out to everybody on TikTok as well. So let me know if you are interested in attending the conference, and if you want me to do an episode specifically about the conference. Like I said, it's called Nurses Making Business Moves Conference. You can go to nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com to find out more information. You'll see a couple photos from the last conference, and it'll give you a little bit more of idea of what the conference is about. This conference is open to anyone. You don't have to be a nurse to attend, but it is, the content is geared a little bit more towards nurses who are interested in starting or growing their business. Okay. It's going to be held in Tampa, March 6th and 7th, 2026 at the University of Tampa in their entrepreneurship building. So if you're just joining me, I'm talking about how to become nursing famous and why it's important for career growth and business growth. So number one, I talked about pitching. The art of pitching, knowing how to promote and market yourself is important. Number two, talked about content creation, specifically creating newsletters, creating video content, and live streaming. Particularly for 2026, this is going to be a game changer. Live streaming is going to be a game changer because a lot of people are using AI to create content. I also use AI just to help some of my written posts and things like that. But it is, of course, my original ideas, but I just help, it helps with some of the aspects of content creation, right? But for my live streams and my videos, I don't use AI, right? A lot of people, and nothing against AI, but some people are using a lot more AI generated images and doing videos with AI, and that's totally fine. But I think the audience will appreciate people that are really coming on live, and so they can connect and speak to the audience live, kind of what I'm doing right now, right? There's nothing like it. And I think it really shows your authority, your thought leadership, and just you being an expert, okay? Because you can't really make stuff up when you're live, okay? It's either you know your stuff or you don't. So if you want to be nursing famous, be known as an industry leader, be known as a subject matter expert, for me, it's in career guidance for nurses, in leadership education, and also in entrepreneurship. This is what I do. I show up live every single week and I talk about these topics. Okay. So that's number two. Number three is having a product or service. Again, if you want to start a business, you can choose to have a product or a service, or you can have both. Products don't have to be physical products. They can also be digital products. So for me, I created a course called the New Nurse to Dream Role course. And that's for any nursing student that is looking to get some practical tools, strategies that they can implement right away in order to guide them to get their preferred specialty, interview help, how to show up on LinkedIn, how to set up a LinkedIn profile. I created an actual digital course. It's called the New Nurse to Dream Role course. So you can do the same. You can create a course. You can create digital products in a PDF format, ebooks, um, books on Amazon, things like that, to actually sell. Some stuff you can actually give away for free. And of course, if you give away something for free, you want to be able to collect people's information, such as an email, a name, and perhaps a phone number, especially if you're going into business and you want to collect email lists. And I mean, start your email list. This is known as a lead magnet, right? You can create a landing page, give away something for free, and people will give you their information so that they can be contacted for any further offers that you have or any events that you're putting on and things like that. So for me, like I said, I have that digital product. I also have a book called Nurses Making Money Moves, The Nurse's Guide to Starting a Business, that can be found on my website, nursefera.com. And then I also have some PDFs on how to build a brand and that type of stuff, right? In terms of services, I do have my coaching program, which is a group coaching program for new graduate nurses. I also have a one-on-one coaching program, which is like my core offer for new graduate nurses. And then I also have one-on-one coaching for aspiring business owners and business owners who are nurses. And then I just created a group coaching program for nurses who are interested in being in a group coaching program, because I only work one-on-one with a select few people. And I'm just transitioning now to doing group coaching. So if you are interested to work with me, simply drop me a direct message, and you can find out a little bit more. So those are some of the services. And then in terms of other services, I do have the conference, which is a live event that I put on as the host of Nurses Making Business Moves, right? And I just recently was in New York and I hosted a entrepreneurship dinner for nurses and female entrepreneurs. So I'm also hosting mini events, dinner parties, business masterminds. I held a couple of business masterminds in Clearwater Beach. This is typically reserved for about 6 to 10 people, where I'm giving a whole weekend dedicated toward business strategy, helping them with one-on-one coaching as they're there coaching live, teaching them how to create social media content, teaching them how to market themselves, market their business. Jewel says, anything in California? No, not yet, but I will be planning on doing more dinner parties, more business masterminds all over the US and also potentially in Canada as well. So Jewel, direct message me. Hopefully you can come to the conference in Tampa, Florida, or you could just fly out. I actually had a couple of nurses that did come from California to my business mastermind in Clearwater Beach. And I'm also going to have more events, in the surrounding areas like the DMV area, probably New York City, and hopefully in California very soon. So definitely message me if you are interested. And I do hold virtual events as well to teach nurses about how to start and how to grow their businesses, particularly how to be more visible on social media, how to create content that will attract opportunities, paid opportunities, that will attract clients. Because one of the biggest things that nurses struggle with, and just entrepreneurs in general, when you start a business, it's very hard in the beginning to get clients, right? You can get clients through referrals, but you need a good base of clients to start. So that's why being visible on social media, going to networking events, such as conferences and these different events, you can meet other people, and then they can be potentially become your customers or at least refer other people to you. Okay. So that's why it's so important, like I said, to create content and to be visible. Okay. Let me know if you guys have any comments or questions. Yeah. And Jewel, definitely message me also on LinkedIn. I don't know if you have a LinkedIn profile, but on LinkedIn, you can find me as Dr. Farah Laurent, and I create a lot of content there as well. Okay. And then you can just direct message me if that's easier, or email me at farah.laurent1@gmail. Okay. So, if you're just joining me, again, we're talking about how to be nursing famous, and that's why it's important for your nursing growth in terms of career and business growth, right? So that you can get more paid opportunities, more collaborations, partnerships, get paid speaking gigs, whatever it is that you're trying to do, or get more customers, right? So, number one was pitching. Number two was creating content. Number three was to create products or services. Either you can create things that are free that you can give away for value so people can get to know you and your services and products. And then also have uh, coaching type programs, digital products that you can actually sell or give away. Okay. And then number four is branding. What does personal branding mean, right? Many nurses have no clue what personal branding means. Essentially, it's a way that you can manage your brand, manage your reputation, what people think about you when they think about your name or your business, right? What values do they associate with you? What impact are you making? What value do you bring to the marketplace? And what are you known for? What is your personality like, your traits and things like that, right? So for me, I'm a big advocate for nursing, for new graduate nurses, and for nurses making money moves, making business moves, empowering nurses to be bold, and to pursue what it is they want in their career and also in business, right? And really, my message is that nurses are unstoppable. We could do whatever we want. And I want nurses to be able to build financial freedom and wealth, through going through these networking events, conferences, and really, going into these coaching programs. Okay. Yeah. And then, of course, I'm a big advocate for nurses having multiple streams of income. So, number five, besides branding, okay, so a little bit about branding. How do you create a brand? So, part of it is being visible, part of it is creating content on social, part of it is networking so that people really know the real you. And you can also demonstrate what it is that you stand for, what you do, the values that you have. Everything has to be in alignment. So when they think, oh, what does Dr. Farah Laurent do? Oh, okay, cool. She helps new graduate nurses. She's a big advocate for nurses. She's an advocate for nurses starting their own businesses. She's about being bold and fun and going after what you want. That is all part of my brand, right? And really also just big energy, colorful brand, right? I just like to have fun. And I'm a big advocate for increasing diversity in nursing, right? That's another thing. Okay. And then building your brand also is who you associate yourself with. You have to be careful who you associate yourself with. But sometimes, if you're connected or friends or in partnerships or in collaborations with other people, then you may have a little bit of brand lift as well. Okay. So for me, there are not a lot of nurses who have their own conferences. So that's something that helps set me apart as someone different. Not many nurses do events such as like dinner parties and business masterminds, have books, are speakers. So, I kind of do a little bit of everything, and that's part of my brand. But at the center, it's always being an advocate for nurses, being an advocate for the profession, and helping nurses make money moves and business moves, and just being bold and unstoppable. And that's really, the essence of my brand. Number 5 is podcasting, social proof, and having testimonials, having those receipts of who are you helping, what transformations have you led. Not only do I have a business, I'm also a mentor. So I'm a mentor for the Canadian Black Nurses Alliance. So I'm a big advocate for mentorship in nursing, and also normalizing nurses making money moves and business moves. Okay. So I do have my own podcast as well, called The Nursing Dose with Farah. And I also go on other people's podcasts that also helps with my brand as well. Okay. I have over probably 100 testimonials of past clients that I've worked with, people that have come to my events, people I've worked with. Testimonials are key, because I can sit here all day and tell you how great I am, how great my events are. But of course, if you hear from the actual people who've attended or who have worked with me, it's better social proof that way, right? So you have to build your own social proof as well. And then also showing up consistently so people can trust you. I've been showing up consistently for the last 4 years on social media. TikTok, I'm kind of new to TikTok. I've been on TikTok for three months now. But on the other social media platforms, mainly LinkedIn, I've been consistent for 4 years, creating content almost every day and going live every week. Okay. So those are my 5 tips on how to be nursing famous and why that's important. And again, it's not about vanity metrics. It's about creating real impact and really being focused and intentional about what your goals are in your nursing career or in your business, and how to get to the next level, right? So building brand, being visible is extremely important for growth. Also investing in yourself professionally. I have multiple coaches, and I've invested quite a lot in my nursing education and also my business education and growth. Okay. So again, number 1 is pitching. Number 2, content creation. Number 3, creating products and services. Number 4, building a personal brand. Number 5, creating social proof, having a podcast or being on other people's podcasts, and then also having receipts in terms of testimonials, whether that's written testimonials or video testimonials of past clients you've worked with, is extremely important, right? So again, that's it for me. I'm going to wrap it up here by just talking a little bit about my conference that's coming up in Tampa, March 6th and 7th. If you didn't go to the first conference, definitely check out nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. You can get your ticket there. Actually, there's a limited flash sale. You can save $97 right now. You can also enter for the pitch competition. All the details are on the website, nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. Definitely get your tickets before this month ends, because it then goes back to regular early bird pricing. So you'll get basically the ticket includes the 2 days. The Friday is a networking kind of dinner soiree. There'll be a DJ, music, networking, exhibitor tables. There are a few tables left. So if you are interested in having an exhibitor table, whether you want to promote your services, products, books, whatever, contact me ASAP if you want a table, because there are a few left. And you'll have a table for both the Friday and the Saturday. If you want to be a sponsor, I do have different levels and packages for sponsorship available. So direct message me. You don't have to be a nurse to be a sponsor, and you don't have to be a nurse to attend the conference. You can be in marketing and business. You can be a student. Anyone that's business minded, that wants to grow their business and network and learn information without that gatekeeping, then you need to be in the room at the Nurses Making Business Moves Conference in Tampa, Florida, March 6th and 7th. Okay. I already have all the speakers lined up. There'll be speakers that are nurses and non-nurses covering topics such as marketing, um, social media content. I'll be speaking about branding. And then at the end, we'll also have that pitch competition where you can enter to win $5,000. We'll have a live pitch competition with actual judges that are there in Tampa. So it's going to be super exciting. And then you'll have the ability to meet so many different people from all over the US. Last conference, we had over 20 different states represented. People from Canada came through. This time, people are coming all the way from Australia and the UK to attend the conference. Okay. So when I say this is really international, it's a movement. Nurses making money moves, nurses making business moves. It's really a movement. And I'm so excited for everybody to attend. Um, they definitely will sell out these tickets. So get your tickets now. nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. I'll share the link a little bit later. For you guys on TikTok, you can direct message me if you have any questions, or just direct email me at farah.laurent1@gmail.com. I'll send you all the specific links that you need. And then again, you can enter the pitch competition. Once it's full, it's full. So you definitely want to get your submissions in early. In order for you to submit for the pitch competition, you have to have proof of purchase of the conference ticket. Again, your opportunity to win $5,000, right, for your business. You don't necessarily have to have a business already. You can just have a business idea, but you just need to be able to pitch it, right? So you're going to submit a 90-second video. All the rules and details are on the website, nursesmakingbusinessmoves.com. All right. I'm out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you